Welcome back to Same Bright Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this class, I'll be showing you how to make a keyhole neckline, as you're seeing right here on the dress form, with lace edges. Okay, so this keyhole can be a bustier, it can be for a corset, as you can see. So right here you can see the lace edges, you can see them. So you can actually use any lace of your desired edge to create this. And there you can see the neckline properly finished. So if this is what you want to learn in this class, please stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. I've already drafted my basic bodice pattern, as you can see. So this pattern, this is my center front as usual. So we are going to create in this pattern right now either a corset or a bustier. But the most important thing is to show you how to get the lace edge of the yoke. That is the essence of this tutorial, how to get the lace edge part of this yoke. So the first thing I'm going to do is to divide my shoulder seam line by 2, get the midpoint, and then I'm going to connect to my bust point. So I believe you know the basic lines we have right here. We have the shoulder, and I'm working with my natural neckline. This is the chest line, the bust point, under bust point, and the waistline. Alright, so that is the waistline. So the next I'm going to do now, from the bust point, I'll take my bust radius. So the bust radius is the difference between the bust point and the under bust. So I'll just take it all around, and it's going to serve as my where I'm going to have the neckline. So on this line, I'll measure my bust radius of 3.5, and on that part I'm going to connect my neckline. So as it is right there on the thumbnail, that is how I'm drafting it right there. Then I'll flip my ruler this way and connect what I have on that point into the armhole like that. So you can just blend this line a little bit. So from here, this line, I'll go out by 0.75 for over bust tightening, and I'll connect it that way. Then coming to the under bust, I'll come over to the center front line. My under bust circumference divided by 4 is 8.75. What I have left here is 1.25. So I'll add 0.25, that's a quarter here, and the rest of whatever I have here. My dart intake is 1.5. So I'm going to connect it right now. So once I've connected, I'll return back to the waistline. So if you don't know how to contour your under bust, we have a detailed video on the best way to contour your under bust right on this channel. Okay, so you can go at the end of this video, you see it at the end screen. Alright, so this is what we have right here, and now we want to create the yoke, the neckline for the yoke. So the neckline for the yoke right now, over to the neckline. So for the neckline, I'll just simply, from here, I'll come out by 3 inches. Then I'll connect that 3 inches straight to my natural neckline, because that is how it is right there on the thumbnail. Then I'm going to connect the yoke from this part. I'll connect it to it's actually a keyhole neckline. So I just connect the yoke line from this part to this part. So this is the keyhole part of it, and that is how the yoke is going to look like. So now we are going to cut, then I'll show you how to place the lace edge on the bustier. So we are drafting only the front bodies of this pattern. So this is the neckline, and this is the yoke. So this is the yoke. What we have here is the yoke. So this is the yoke. I'll separate it. So I'm taking off the dart so we'll be able to have our bustier. So I'll close up my bust. That's alright. So these are our patterns right now, and this is the yoke. Okay, so this is what the yoke will start. We'll start sewing it after we are done sewing this part. So it's going to be like this, and this is the keyhole line. All right, so now this is the center front on fold, and I'll cut 2 times of it. So I'm going to transfer this to fabric right now. So now I'm going to pad the bustier. So I'm trying to create the bustier padding on my pattern. As you can see, I've cut out my fabric right now. So right away I'm placing my notches and I'm going to put them together. I'm going to bring in my wadding right now to cut out this piece of fabric to pad. So I'll go over to the machine now. I'm going to sew the bustier before we go over to the sewing of the lace edge. Alright, so now I'm done sewing the bustier, as you can see. So I'm done padding it. So we have a detailed video on how to pad this bustier, so you can click on the link on the description box below to watch how to pad this appropriately. So the next thing we are going to do now is to start sewing in our yoke. This is the yoke, and this is our fabric with the lace edge. So the first thing I will do is to put my fabric on fold. That's I'm putting 2 because I'm going to cut for right and left part of this yoke. So I'll make sure I have the selvage, can you see, properly, or the lace edge properly arranged. So I'll now place the part. This is the part that needs to have the lace edge. So once you have arranged it, you place it in this manner. Can you see how I'm placing it? You can place it from here to here to ensure that this lace edge area is on this part. So I don't want to waste my fabric, so I will reduce it a little bit more to accommodate it. So this is the part of the lace edge. I'll place it this way. Can you see? This is how I place it. So this part will have the lace edge. So I'm going to secure this with my pin this way. So once I've secured it with my pin, this is the lace edge area. This is my neckline. I'll go ahead and add 1/2 inch because I'm going to sew my bias to my neckline. I'll add 1/2 inch to sew the shoulder line to the back neckline. I add 1/2 inch to sew the armhole area. Then I'll add here, from here to here, 1/2 inch to sew into the bustier. So this is what we'll have, and this is the parts of the lace edge. So I'll take off my pins right now. So I'll bring in my bustier, which I've sewn. Then I'll pick up the yoke. So make sure you note the part that is front and the part that is back. So this is my front piece. Okay, so this is the part that has the lace edge. This part. Okay, so you have to really be very careful so you don't confuse this. What I have is the front piece. Okay, so this part is the part that has the lace edge. I will sew it from here to here now. Then I'll bring in this part. I'm still checking, so you can just make a mark so you don't get this mixed up, as I'm trying to get it mixed up right now. So this is it. So this part will be sewn this way and this to this. So you can see the lace edge is on the part of the neckline right now. So I'll just stitch this together, as you can see. Okay, or we couldn't have even cut, you know, it was together before I cut, so you can just leave it without cutting. So I was supposed to leave it the way it was without cutting, so please do the same. So from here I'll pin from the bustier points. I'll go over to the machine now and sew it down, then turn with my lining. Then we'll use our bias to finish up the neckline. So let me quickly sew it right now. Right now I'm done sewing the yoke. So you can see the lace edges are right there on the keyhole. So the next thing you do is to flip it this way and turn with your lining, okay, and top stitch. So add your back neckline as well. So the purpose of this tutorial is to show you how to place these lace edges. So I'll now come in with my bias. That's how to finish it up. You come in with your bias and you are going to sew the bias like this on the neckline, flip it that way and top stitch. So I'll do that now. Alright, so right now I'm done sewing the bias on the neckline and you can see what I came out with. Okay, so that is how to go about this. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends. Drop your comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you for coming. See you in the next class. Bye.